guys, it's Clyde, and today I'm going to talk about the retirement income problem most investors face. While a lot of people who contribute to their high yield savings account scrambles for 3 to 4%, there's a better yield paying instrument that gives you 3 times more than that and is a lot safer in a way. I'll go through it in this post that I made in the strategy forum. There's a video talking about how Strategy's preferred stock STRC works and thought it was an interesting income instrument worth discussing. First, we gotta recognize the problem. A lot of retirees rely on high yield savings accounts or government bonds for income. A typical high yield savings account from banks or brokerages usually offers around 3.5%. Meanwhile, government bonds like US Treasuries or UK gilts tend to yield somewhere around 4%. But people overlook that high-yield savings accounts are really just a byproduct of government bonds. Banks and brokerages buy government bonds yielding around 4%. Then they maybe pass 3% to retail investors and keep the extra spread for themselves, which is around 1%. That's one of the ways financial institutions generate income from your deposits. But Strategy's preferred stock STRC yields 11.50% and is paying roughly 3 times more than typical savings products. Plus, due to the global money supply expanding roughly 7% per year, many traditional savings products struggle to keep pace with monetary expansion. STRC, however, yields well above that level. For income-focused investors or retirees, that's a big difference. Instead of needing a massive amount of capital to generate income, a higher yield means the same capital can produce more cash flow and beat inflation. Let's talk about the price stability, because stability is what people consider safe for the most part. Obviously, there's the backing of the yield, but I'll go through that later on. When Bitcoin significantly dropped in price, STRC largely stayed around the $100 range, which is exactly what Strategy designed it to do. When small dips occurred, they didn't last long before returning toward the anchor price. It only took 1 day for STRC to recover from $93 in March 5th to $99 in March 6th. That's because STRC isn't meant to behave like Strategy's common stock MSTR or Bitcoin itself. It's structured as an income-focused instrument designed to maintain stability while paying yield. Volume and liquidity, and why this is important. As more volume and capital enters STRC, it becomes easier for price to stay anchored in the $100 level. And we actually saw a perfect example of that this week. By the way, this was like a month ago. Throughout the entire trading week of the 2nd and 6th of March, STRC traded in the $100 zone. That stability enables something important. When STRC trades at par, when it trades in the $100 price, Strategy can issue additional shares through ATM offering for this preferred stock. What this simply means is, when money flows into STRC and the price stabilizes at $100, Strategy can ATM new shares into existence. When they're able to sell new shares to investors, they raise capital, they make money pretty much, and they use that to buy more Bitcoin and pay the yields. So while investors receive high yield income, the capital raised through STRC ultimately strengthens Strategy's Bitcoin balance sheet at the same time. That's what makes this structure pretty unique. Critics on volatility. A lot of critics I see tend to treat STRC like it's some kind of volatile stock, but that's not really what Strategy built here. STRC is designed to behave more like a high-yield income instrument, while the company itself continues executing its strategy of accumulating Bitcoin. And as adoption grows and liquidity deepens into STRC, it'll be interesting to see it behave more and more like a stable high-yield savings alternative, while quietly funneling capital out from the 130 trillion global bond market into Bitcoin through Strategy's balance sheet. And here's a picture cover for this post. So now let's read some of the comments. There's only 2 people that left a comment here, and one is by Sangers, leaving heart eyes emojis. He added, "I've learned quite a bit about greed versus opportunity over the last year of trading. I think the best strategy is to have a finger in this pie, but for me, I wouldn't go all in. I personally wouldn't transfer all my pension into this strategy, as I think it's still too early to go all in, but this definitely has the potential to annihilate the fiat bond market. It's innovative, disruptive, and certainly a huge hedge against fiat." And that's true, guys. Again, fiat currencies expand roughly 7% per year, which is higher than the typical yield you'll get from a high-yield savings account. He added, "But I am and will continue to monthly dollar cost average into STRC, SATA, and even MSTR, which should ultimately reap the rewards for STRC and SATA's success. Better to be in it than not, in my opinion." And then the second person that left a comment is a Critic by Micro Penis. Funny name. He said, "They pay dividend from new investors, no profit. Whatever they say, this is a Ponzi. When EQ will go to zero, will fail in next few years if they not start making any cash flow." Very poor grammar by this guy. Goes to show how they think about investments, which signifies poor research on what he's talking about. So I replied, "Ponzi by definition is using new debt to pay off old debt with no underlying asset backing the model. Strategy is backed by $50 billion worth of Bitcoin and $2.2 billion worth of USD reserve. And the way they raise capital from ATM offerings in STRC is simply reallocating capital from a broken money market that's worth $120 trillion into Strategy's balance sheet. Because of this, it makes the yields from their preferred stocks like STRC become classed as return of capital, which qualifies the yields as tax deferred. No traditional business has this perk, because most businesses pay dividends through operational profits, or debts if they're unprofitable. So this idea that Strategy doesn't make profits is actually a feature to their preferred stock model. If you want to know the real Ponzi, you should look at government bonds. Very quickly you'll realize that high-yield savings accounts rely heavily on government bonds. Government fund those bonds by issuing new debt, and central banks step in to purchase them through quantitative easing. Yeah, so quantitative easing simply means central banks step in and print money out of thin air. Every time central banks print money out of thin air, it causes inflation to the economy, which explains why your groceries, fuel prices, housing market are getting more expensive. Because if everyone has all the money but very little supply, then there's not enough supply for everyone. The sellers will increase the price to make it fairer. STRC fixes that problem by reallocating capital out from that broken bond market that pays investors only 4% yield and into STRC that pays over 11%. Nothing you pointed out hold any substance, just emotionally driven. And that's it for this comment section. But what do you guys think of this post? It's a pretty interesting and deep topic, and I love talking about this because it really opens your mind about how the money system, retirement, and saving for your future works. Bottom line is, STRC is a powerful savings tool, far more powerful than high-yield savings accounts. And if you're interested in getting your hands into STRC, I highly recommend you use my referral link to Robinhood. You and I get a free share there. And when you buy STRC in Robinhood, you get the full 11.50% yield. We've yet to determine that in Trading 212. If you learned something of value, I'd appreciate you leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this.